Alright. I just want to show this off before we officially get started, but... yeah, boy. So I'm chilling up in here with Ilbanex plugin. And that is what 180 people look like. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and set the prediction up. So I think both sides are actually competing for neutral objectives. So let me go ahead and get some referencing down. Make my music a little quieter here. And I'm trying to look at... what the factions are based off of. Alright, that should be good. And I'll put a server option because, well, it's the damn server. But again, based off of what I saw, I think it's... what do I want to say? I think BIA and OFC are actually on both sides, so it's not a community versus community. Rather, it's a bolstering of numbers. So it's hard to, you know, have it community versus community. So we'll see how things go. Falcon, you're going to have to wait till, like, the last or second to last mission then. I have it planned in the campaign, but, again, we'll get there. Anyway, side notes, while we wait for the official mission to begin, I think it's going to begin in 3 minutes. Looking at the roster here. Yep, just sitting at about 180 people. Let me sure the music's looping. Excellent. Okay. Just some side announcements for today. I'm not going to do PogOp. I'm not going to do TMTM. I'm actually still might do TMTM because it's late at night, but I'm instead going to check out the new Starship Trooper game with Dante, maybe a few other people, just because a few people have tried it and told me it's actually pretty fun. With that, funny enough, we're actually starting a Starship Trooper campaign on Saturday. That was voted in over a month ago. So there's absolutely no correlation of them starting at the same time. It was just literally a poll at the beginning of the month we started. I didn't even know the Starship Trooper game existed until yesterday, and I had been working on this campaign for at least a week. So I find that really funny how that all lined up, because the last campaign we did over the summer also lined up with the RTS Starship Trooper game coming out. And again, I had no idea it was coming out, so I just find that funny that I guess that's what garners the interest for people, is when they see that coming in. Looks like they are pushing us in now. And that is the sound of 180 people getting pushed to a TeamSpeak channel. So, here is how the operation is going to go. It is literally going to be all neutral objectives. First, starting with the town of Galati, which is here. It's this gray zone. So, whoever holds Galati by the 1 hour and 20 minute mark will get 3 points. Whoever holds Sirta over here, which is worth another 3 points by the 100... actually, let me break this all down a different way. So you've got Sirta, Galati, and Abdera. Each are worth 3 points, and they're cashed in at the 120-minute mark. We also have an objective to hold all 3 zones and interact with the upload site. So basically, if you control all 3 zones and are able to then interact with the upload site because you control all 3 zones, you get 15 points. And I'm pretty sure that means you win the damn game at this point. Hold the hidden capture zone at the end of the game. So at the end of the game, another capture zone will come up somewhere, and that will be worth only 2 points. And then if you kill the enemy side leader, you also gain 2 points. So basically, the mission is built around just trying to hold at least 2 of the objectives. But if you hold all 3 and take the upload site, you've pretty much won. At that point, that's what I would call a stomp out, because that's worth 15 points. Nothing else really comes close. Maybe if that was worth 5 points, but even then, there wouldn't be a way for that to stomp out, but that can be cashed in at any time. So all sides have to proactively be going for these objectives. So that is quite a bit to work with here, but we'll see how things go. All right, looking at the roster here, looking at everything, I assume Blue Force command slot is going to be Godfather, so that is Lolo commanding on Blue Force side. OPFOR, tough to say who's in charge. I see Albania lead, but I don't see anyone that is in actual leadership element, but we'll keep eyes on that later. I want to look at kits, and then I'll tab out and have a look at everything here. They're also using, they're not using their standard server, they're using a more powerful one. So we'll see how things go. So our European Union Force, quote-unquote, G36s, looks like they're AAF based. We've got some Pander transports, and then multiple Pander transports with the IFV. Actually, I lied, only one with the IFV capability. You see that as a Gordon, and then you see a Vanilla Kuma, which is actually a Leopard tank. Otherwise, weaponry for these guys include G36s with ACOG, so this is an ACOG fight as well. I got some 320 systems on the G36. We've got some, looks like these are Scar H's for marksman rifles. And we got some PCMLs for AT. So that is quite nice. Looking at the northern side, we've got basically the same deployment here minus the tank. And then we've got a Quillen as a scouting vehicle. That is quite interesting. But second... Okay, no, we also have an AT Weasel, a.k.a. the Nyx. And it's got the coat cage around it. The Spaced Armor, which can go against lighter AT, but let's see what Blue Force AT is to see if that's going to even be useful. Blue 4 more US back. They also have PCMLs. A PCML is going to hit right through that cage and blow it up. So this is mostly vanilla here, but we got, looks like Nope, MXs. So 6.5 millimeter with some ACOG scopes as well. I think these are SU-230s and some muzzle hiders. Marksman rifle might just be the longer barrel MX. I think we see one right here, and it is the long barrel MX. Got it. I'm not seeing any fire support weapons in the form of machine guns down on the field, but looking at Blue 4, we got a Rhino in play. We've got an LAV-25. We got some Namar transport vehicles. And then looking over here, we've got, I think it's going to be the same thing, another LAV, and then we also have a tank. So very interesting to see all of that. We have a tank destroyer on Blue 4 side, and Green 4 have the, or Op 4 have the Weasel. All right, otherwise that's pretty much the breakdown for the unit roster here. We could actually have MX 100 round mags on the MG side. I see an SU, that's a Mark 11 actually.
Godfather, I can hear you. Check again, please. Duke, can you hear me?
All right, so Lolo's on the rear of the northern formation. Let me see who's on the rear, because he has an MRAP to work with. I'm trying to see who else is on that command side. Oligarch would also make sense for as a command role.
I think I'm gonna go and look for the 2 extra men. Wait,
so that would possibly be Kilo, but then again, they're not on the exact rear of the formation. That could be Twig King. He's got a P90.
I'll be right back. Yeah, maybe.
And he's got, these might be a spec team, though, based off the fact they all have masks on, which is pretty cool. That's from 3CB Factions. So both sides might have some sort of special forces group. Yeah, and the other one's going to be these guys. We got MP7s in play and whatnot. And some AT. All right. Let me look at the other formation then right here. Again, just trying to find where OPFOR command is, possibly back here, but we'll have to see. Either way, this could be quite interesting. Lolo, why are you starting to panic? But you also shouldn't be on here, buddy, because we're active, you know? FNF is tomorrow. This is OFCRA on Thursdays.
Yeah.
It's not Western Sahara ballistic maps, and it's just ported over to 3CB Factions that have a bunch of stuff. There is no CAS or air transport. It is all ground convoy based stuff. I don't see anything else down.
And you click on the last tab.
Both sides have a tank. Blue 4 has an extra tank destroyer. I think the reason Blue 4 has a tank destroyer is because Op 4 have 2 Gorgons with ATGM capabilities, so their quote-unquote special vehicle is just a Weasel, which is a more mobile
Can you hear me?
ATGM with a 50 cal as well, whereas that justifies Blue 4 to have a second tank that's a lot more mobile, so that should be fine. Op 4 command is Pogo. Thank you. Yeah, so under Scion on the top of the roster. That's what I figured, but again, was just wondering. Now, the AOs themselves, I mean, both groups have a direct line to the upload site here. You're going to see Op 4 get to Sirta, Blue 4 get to Galati, and then both sides are going to try to loop up to get to Abdera, excuse me. And then the upload site is this place tower right here.
You know what? Meme time. Unplages your Marines.
Mr. Squid, thanks for the 23-month resub. That was yesterday. We had a nice 50-player Black Templar and Ultramarine op versus Death Guard and Associates. Next collab op with them is going to be on a Sunday, and I think 2.5 weeks from now, because that's my schedule with them, alternating between those 2 dates. But, oh, excuse me. Nonetheless, thank you for the 23-month resub, Mr. Squid. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. All right, so maybe the upload terminal's in here? Yes, it is. Okay. Mission has just started. I guess both of them have a different terminal based off of everything that is going on. So with that, we'll start seeing forces deploy here. Blue 4 fully mounted up and starting to drive along. Not deploying all their forces yet. It looks like they're choosing specific elements to go out on point. Otherwise, this force moving out. Still seeing a little bit of a desync spike here and there, but it's, I mean, you're seeing these guys going flat, which is quite nice. Op 4, meanwhile, starting to deploy everything as well, having a reconnaissance force go early on, and then you still have a little bit of a tussle back here, but most of the forces moving out right there. MB Wide Charlie, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Total population is, I think, 180. Last time I checked, could jump up past 180, which is why I put 180 plus, but I showed it off at the beginning of the stream because I was pretty happy about that. I think the terminal only activates when you actually have all 3 sectors under control, but Op 4 is going to get first units into the AO, though these guys might bypass and either try to head to Galati or up to Abdera. I think they'd probably go up to Abdera, though. One slight issue I'm going to see here, though, is Blue 4 have an MSR to get to Abdera, whereas Op 4 have a giant hill to climb over, so they could probably get some good overwatch positions with AT on Abdera. But maybe this vehicle could blitz through and immediately set up a defensive position. We already see them going past. Sirta, another thing about it, though, is they do have a military position right here to work with. I think that's the only military position in the server on this map here. There isn't any in Galati, but you do have this Overwatch position right here, which you'll probably see Blue 4 mount up. But then Abdera has nothing. It's just a valley. And that's going to be quite messy to work with. But you got the vehicles still blitzing past. These guys instead opting to go up on the hill. So we'll see what they pull off. But I think from a defensive standpoint, Sirta is going to be the easiest one for them to defend. You see that since Op 4 was last in here, that tide has turned red. So that's going to show Blue 4 that they're already getting in the sector. I think as soon as this vehicle goes into Galati, it'll turn blue. But again, each sector is worth 3 points. Those are cashed in at the hour 20 mark because OFCRA matches are an hour 30. If at any point one of the sides has all 3 sectors, they can go up to the upload site and interact with the terminal for 15 points, which pretty much means they win the game. And then if you kill the enemy side commander, basically if Pogo for Op 4 dies, Blue 4 gets 2 points. If Lolo for Blue 4 dies, Op 4 gets 2 points. And then after the 120-minute sectors are cashed in, there will be a final sector worth 2 points cashed in somewhere at the end of the game. That's going to appear only when these 3 sectors disappear, or maybe a little earlier, depending on how far away it is. I think it's going to be the northern airfield. Considering something that's equidistant, or it could be the town of Orino. But again, that's only worth 2 points. These sectors should be the main focus because that is where the bulk of the points are worth. So Op 4 has opted to dismount and get some early eyes on to Abdera, meaning they're going to let Blue 4 go in to take it. Probably because they understand that they don't have a direct MSR into the road itself. By the way, my terminology here, these larger roads are going to be the MSRs, these dirt roads are going to be the SSRs. Normally in the entirety of Altus, these solid lines would be the MSRs and everything else the SSRs, but since we're talking about this AO locally, the MSR, the main supply route or road, is the, you know, most well-made road in the region. And then SSR side supply routes or roads, those are, you know, your little roads right here, your dirt roads right there, yada-da. But you got to remember, when you're using a vehicle on a road, you get a bit of a mobility bonus. So Blue 4 can use those to easily go in. You got the Spec Ops forces also coming up near the upload site. I'm wondering if our first point of contention is going to be at the upload site between both Special Forces teams engaging each other. Op 4, they've got good reconnaissance here, but no flank security. And Blue 4 might be able to get in a surprise advantage with that and potentially flank the Op 4 elements here. Taking on the Special Forces groups early on, I mean, they don't really have that much gear to really distinguish them. They got, you know, some marksman rifle, actually no, sniper rifles even. But the whole comparison of everything, really the main assets we're going to be wanting to look at today are the tanks and the APCs. Those are going to be able to do the most damage out of everything, but I'm finding this really curious that Blue 4 is doing this massive northern flank around with a lot of their forces and not actually deploying their forces on the sectors themselves. Meanwhile, Op 4 is going to be going for some more turtling on Sirda and then putting some units to flank around to potentially go for Abdera. So I think they want to set up security first and then move in. So we'll just have to see how all that goes.
What's the objective?
I don't have a multi for this one. Hold on, I'm sorry. I left that in the title. 1 second. I gotta remove that. You hear Tweed King's voice, by the way, from PLH.
This is concerning, bro.
He's
I feel like we're gonna have their entire team come and take us up close. Like, no, Zed, come here, Zed.
So you hear them talking about that. I apologize. I was gonna collect multis, but no one sent me anything, so I wasn't able to collect one for this. If I have a moderator that wants to dig through Arma 3's Twitch stream and let me know if he finds anything, feel free to get that made. Otherwise, we got vehicles moving in. Blue 4 is going to be moving into the town of Abdera. We're still seeing all that flank around on the northern side. Op 4 setting up a big amount of defensive lines, and they're even setting up some southern flank security here. What I'm kind of concerned about, though, is the tank is back here just chilling. We got some trucks that are destroyed over here. I wonder if they were just scuttling some additional stuff, but it looks like Op 4 is going to be keeping their tank in reserve, not wanting to deploy it early on. And then Blue 4, we're just seeing APCs being deployed into their local town of Galati, so it's quite interesting. Meanwhile, Blue 4 is looking over here. They're trying to scout stuff on that side. Again, neither side focusing on flank security. We do have a shot going out, though. That is these guys engaging Greyhound from afar, because Greyhound was a transport vehicle that went into here. Shots are landing close, but not close enough. And we do see Op 4 deploying 2 squads on the upload site itself. Maybe they'll spot the Blue 4 Spec Ops team and start engagements. But again, once they're fully deployed here, we're going to want to focus on both sides, IFVs and tank assets. Hey, manager, how you doing?
In the city still.
All right, so they're calling out forces locally right there. Op 4's got a transport truck coming around. 6 guys, but with no support. Again, they're not going to be able to do much because, again, this is 180 people. So 90 on either side is literally a company. When you think about it, it's literally a company versus company with support assets, including tanks and IFVs. So there's a lot that can happen in this very large AO. Blue 4 I'm kind of concerned about. We see forces on the northern side not really deploying yet. I feel like they're waiting for reconnaissance data before they move in, but that's going to allow Op 4, who's kind of just rushing into the sides, to gain some action here. Plus, we got the Weasel over here getting deployed on a really nice hill. They'll even be able to see into Abdera here, and with maximum render distance, they can pretty much lock down everything from that rear position. So it's a very great Weasel spot. It's going to be very risky for Blue 4 to deploy their VIX because Op 4 have a lot of ATGM capability, anti-tank guided missiles, from that Weasel and their 2 Gorgon IFVs. So right off the bat, we've got 1 man dead and 1 man down right here. That was the Special Forces team getting engaged by a standard rifleman squad here, and they're just not supported. So you're going to start seeing Blue 4 Special Forces trying to pick people off. Zixmi actually already on 3 kills as he's been picking off riflemen in there. Zixmi, I would argue, one of, if not the best player in OFCRA. Him and Ziki are really, really great at getting kills here, and he knows how to work this rifle. You can see one of the bodies of his victims. He just got kill number 4 on that PCML gunner right there and dropped him. You can see where he's gotten all 4 of his kills. This is his kill zone, and OPFOR just doesn't know how to counter that. So I thought these guys were getting a great drop on Blue 4 there, but no, we're seeing Zixmi here just rack up the kills. PCML fires out. That's going for the Blue 4 garrison right here. It went through the tower. These guys get down. It was a great shot, but unfortunately it was a through and through, relying on someone being there. Zixmi's still shooting. And OPFOR, I think, have wised up to where he roughly is and are staying in cover back here. I say that though, but he just got kill number 5.
We lost already 2 men apart. Or 3.
Got some return fire again. I don't think they've identified that Blue 4 is right there, but even if they try to set up a base of fire, they're just going to get picked off immediately by this marksman who's already on 5 kills. He's going to keep looking. He sees someone's head. And he gets a headshot. That's kill number 6.
¿Tiene muerto?
I know, it's because I'm in a spectator slot. It's just the script registers me as a solo player away from a quote-unquote squad leader. That's why. But we had literally 12 people come up here, and there are only 6 remaining. Meanwhile, over here, we've got one guy dead from, I can't even begin to tell you. I think he was either run over or just somehow magically died, but that's an oof. Vehicles come up here. They're trying to load him inside. Maybe he's pulling back. You've got Fury here trying to spot for Zixmi as he's trying to find additional targets. Anyone else that's going to poke their head up. We got some long-range fire coming from that tower as OPFOR continues to stay pinned. We got some long-range fire also coming in from over here. That is an APC firing. I'd imagine that's the Gorgon trying to hit elements up here from a very long range. You got to be careful not to burn all their ammo here, though, because there's just not a lot here, and the rounds are just falling short, unfortunately. But I guess all eyes are going to be on Zixmi here as they are just doing a great job of racking up kills. You got Gustav 1 deploying down in the valley to come take Abdera. Blue 4, again, I'm a little worried about because there's so many forces out of position here. And in the back line that haven't really moved in on stuff. That's allowed OPFOR to kind of move in a bit closer. And Blue 4 don't really have the best Overwatch positions compared to OPFOR at the terrain. These guys are up here, yes, but anything behind on these ridge tops are really blocked by that central ridge top from seeing a lot of OPFOR positions, whereas OPFOR have a very nice position on the rear, and you're seeing 50 cal fire landing on this hilltop and actually hitting people, causing them to pull back. That's the Weasel all the way back there engaging them because they have a lower ridge that allows them to see this one high ridge right here that Blue 4 can get on. Otherwise, looks like Blue 4's Spec Op team has been ordered to disengage. Zixmi ending that with 6 kills, taking out half. I mean, there were literally 2 teams that went up here. Zyphos 1 and 2, and now they're just, I guess, Zyphos 3 between the 2 remaining elements. That's crazy, but if we were to look at the skull count, 4 on one, 2 on the other. AT goes in. And again, goes through that tower. They seem really obsessed with taking that tower out. And again, these guys are taking overwatching fire, but we'll probably see a Blue 4 APC come up and possibly clean up the rest. I just heard more AT fire. And we got some long-range shots right here. Got to remember, both sides have magnified optics as well, so really easy for people to get engaged. He is kind of accurate. He managed to put the PCML round through the tower twice. Unfortunately, it went through. Just heard an ATGM launch of some sort. It's going up. Is it gonna like top down? No? Now it's going back? I guess the top down is a little inaccurate here as it, yeah. Huh. What the missile do? Perfectly utilized as everything should be, right? I haven't seen missiles do that in a quite some time since the update. We just had an APC come up here that was probably longbows, and they were immediately shot at by an LAV. Fury is down. Zixmi's still alive. Again, the one I want to watch, but he is now in a new firing position, trying to find an angle on these people to shoot. We might see him rack up another kill or two, but this is a much longer distance.
Okay.
I'll be checking back on this position here and there. It's going to be a tougher shot to make. His round's going on the left side. The wind's probably being a factor here. Now he's got people on his old position. We got some MG3s at play. I'm assuming that was kill number 7.
Just kill the AR gunner on top of it, so there's one.
Oh no, Major Khan got that kill. Nice. Yeah, so the 2 marksmen at this range are just basically murdering anything that comes into this spot here. They're literally down to 4 dudes up here now. It's just a slaughter at this point. Next major point of contention is going to be for the northern sector. Blue 4 trying to do this massive flank around strategy, which, again, it's just really pulling people away from the central defensive line. What I'm worried about is OPFOR being able to bulldoze the garrisons at these 2 sectors and then immediately taking the upload site. The sniper team's going to pretty much have a field day with everyone until the APCs get online to shoot them, but even though I feel like OPFOR's got the, or Blue 4 has the opening advantage right now, strategy-wise, OPFOR can still bounce back pretty easily. You've got the other APC right here, tracking targets on this side right here. They fired a few rounds, and I think these guys are now potentially pulling back or around. We do see some medical being done right here. But again, this is just going to be a very long-range fight between everything. Blue 4 have some wounded they're working on in the building. They've got a few more guys left, but again, OPFOR's garrison is larger in this position. We do have another APC right here, but as soon as it comes over, I think that ATGM Weasel's going to honestly snipe the shit out of it unless they're pulling off. No, I think they're angling it so the gun is only sticking up to limit the vehicle's signature. That way, even if it gets damaged, you can't blow that vehicle up. If you just magged up the turret, it only disables the turret, which they will probably be able to just repair. We have another IFV also locally right there, the one shooting over there. So both sides have an IFV ready to develop on the ridge to support Abdera, but again, Blue 4 is a little more limited because the Weasel's at range to ATGM it, and you also have OSA that can ATGM it, whereas that vehicle only has AP ammo. You got MG rounds landing from the Weasel at range, forcing these guys to get back into cover. You can't even hear the gunshots, but you can see the bullets tracking in. We've got a single player in this vehicle driving around. Not sure what that's about. You got some more long-range shooting from over here. I think that's just a rifleman. No, it's their Scar H. That's their local marksman with, I think, a pit bull sight. Trying to hit, but that, it's not going to have the range. Yes, I know the missile knows where it is at all times. Don't worry. So Major Khan still on a single kill. I'm looking for Zixmi here. He's on 7. So, yep, there were 6 up there. Now there's 4. So Zixmi got kill number 7, and Major Khan managed to sneak one in there too. Hey, Blackheart, what's up? We have Gustav 2 also coming up to this town. I'm really worried about it. I think they're going to call for the APC to come and provide assistance, only for it to get sniped by some sort of ATGM. That's going to put OPFOR in a really good position here. You got some OPFOR guys on the rear line as well. Somehow have destroyed...
I don't understand how they saw us over here, man. Like, we were behind a house.
So they got engaged by this position right here. The Rhino sniped them. Yep, the Rhino has that vehicle kill. So Blue 4 doing some really good rear security right here. You got Nubas up here overwatching as well. Nothing gets by Nubas, but now these Op4 are going to be pretty much pinned back here, really far off from the firefight. I think their best bet is to go try to get into Blue Force spawn to see if there's any vehicles they can take, and there isn't. So, let's see. Op4 Special Forces team completely out of position now. That is unfortunate because PLH are some really good players, but now they're just going to be useless for another 30 minutes as they try to move in with the Rhino basically ready to hunt them down. Main fight's gonna be right here. You got Gillette trying to overwatch from above, watching this little window. It's bashed out. Members of Gustav 2 up here as well, both from BIA. Sort of long-range missile fire. I have no idea where it's going. I don't see it in the sky. I don't see nada. That's funny though. Both Special Forces Vics have been destroyed.
Yes.
So you got Zixme trying to find more people to hit up on this position, but it sounds like the battle for Abdera has started. You've got Osa lead engaging Overwatch elements here, but the rounds are falling short. Blue 4 pushing Op4 elements. One Blue 4 member goes down. Johnny trying to get the kill on Duke, but he folds back into cover. Gillette now coming out. G-Man trying to stop. Johnny here as he comes around for roll, looking up. Might catch Johnny in position. No, Johnny throws a grenade and immediately pulls back. It's a smoke grenade, though. Nikki down. Johnny pushes up, only to take marksman fire. Pretty inaccurate marksman fire, though. That grenade, another one is thrown that knocks Alexa out. Johnny now trying to flank Profa here as Profa tries to line up a shot. Is unable to land it, though, as Johnny turns and tries to disengage. Gets crippled in the process, though. And he's eventually taken out as Laser comes up. But now you got Gillette pushing Laser here. Laser's able to get his gun up. Looks like Laser runs out of ammo, runs to the building to do a attack reload, but Profa spots Gillette and taps him. We need to see a double tap to fully knock him out, though. We've got another AT launch here. That's on the APC. That APC is dead. That launch was, I think, done by the Weasel. I don't see a Weasel kill, though, so I think it was done by an AT launcher up here.
One, give two.
Yeah, recon team.
I don't see a kill on Tootie. I see a kill. Oh, what is that? That is not a PCML. Can someone remind me what that is? I've never seen that launcher before. That might be a new one from 3CB Factions, but that is that APC destroyed, and Op4 didn't even have to commit one of their APCs to do it. But as I predicted, this APC would have to come up to assist the garrison in here, exposing it for something to then snipe it. We hear more armor moving in, though. That is just an APC, though. It's a Dragoon? God, I haven't seen a Dragoon in a hot second. Didn't look like the Ace one, though. I think that might be a 3CB one. We got medical being administered to some of the wounded around here. Another KIA right there. I think there was a wounded guy right here that was brought back up. So Op4's advance has slowed, but you see that second sector being cashed in because Op4 have the number majority in it. So if we see Op4 send a force around to Galati, they should be able to get that done. Otherwise, we got a 4-man Blue 4 team coming in to try to snuff out the Op4 Special Forces here. I'm willing to bet the Rhino might be tracking. No. They've turned around and they are no longer tracking that Op4 element behind them. Instead, they're looking to their left. So Blue 4 has some great security around here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the wreck of a tank.
You hear them calling out Rex right here. Basically, they're spotting to then get in the tank and blow them up. So I'm a little worried about this vehicle coming in because they do still have multiple things of AT, and they might have just called that vehicle out. So we could see that Special Forces group still engage pretty hard. APC coming in quick, only to be engaged by the IFV. AP rounds tearing into that. That Vic's trying its best to storm in here. AT just fired. That PCML probably just disabled something on that Gorgon. Switches to its coax. Not a kill hit, though. So great shot on the side, but it just wasn't enough. I just heard something else launch. Otherwise, vehicles pulled back. Blue 4 getting some much-needed reinforcements. We're seeing a few others trail in over here as well, but looks like they took a KIA. As they're now engaging in the town. So Blue 4 desperately trying to retake control of this area. But you got that Weasel now sniping additional forces up here from such a range. It's literally nearly 2 kilometers away. And it is doing a great job at ranging its shots. Great hit on him. You can only hear them click in. That's crazy. And that's stalling the Overwatch ability here. We're hearing more AT firing in, and that hits this vehicle here. That was possibly done by this group up here. Yep, they've dropped their PCML. Another missile launch. That is the Dragoon firing again. I'm curious what they've locked on here. It might be infantry. Looks like it's gonna fall a little bit short. A little bit short there. Yeah. Screw the road, anyway. Thought I just heard something else launch, but I could be wrong. Regardless, Blue 4 now desperately holding these final field buildings up for... No longer has such a high number advantage, plus they're being pulled to 2 separate directions here. But it looks like they're getting some great knockouts on the infantry over here. This was a 4-man team earlier. They're down to 2. Actually, they were a 5-man. We got 1 dead right there, another dead further up, and then 1 dead as they came down. So I think they got picked off both by Overwatch and now the actual town garrison. We'll see if Blue 4 tries to push a counterattack here, though. But it is a tough call. Op 4 still have total control of the upload site. Everyone just kind of on Overwatch over here. This force, we got Blue 4 dismounting and checking the road. And otherwise, that Rhino is on the move. Actually, is that an APC or is that the Rhino? That's the Rhino. Okay. Rhino coming down. We might see some contact right here between this 4-man team trying to hunt down PLH. I got to assume Special Forces team versus, you know, 4 regular infantry. That's going to be leaning towards the Special Forces here. But we'll have to see it. Immediately, we see Kerfus get domed. Some follow-up shots going in. Great shot by Roderick, though. Again, they've got the sniper rifles, which is why. Now they're taking suppressive fire. Kerfus could still wake back up, but... Looks like another one of the Blue 4 guys went down as well, so it's only up to 2 now. And they're just going to be hunted. All right. Op 4 now starting to contest with Blue 4 across these buildings here. Op 4's gone prone, poked his head up, immediately suppressed. Trying to find an angle on Billy as he wiggles his head in and out. Firing blindly at the windows, trying to figure out where Blue 4 is. Op 4 need a squad to come in and reinforce. I think they're going to get that here with Kaiser coming in, though that is only a 4-man team. Op 4's APC still on an Overwatch position. I think still occasionally coming out to stop this Overwatch element from potentially coming down to assist. Op 4 really banking on their elements over here. I just want to do a Zixme check real quick. I don't see Zixme on server anymore, so he might have died. That's a shame, but that man had 7 kills. It was a great job. Overall, I'm looking for his body. Yep. So there's one of the marksman bodies. There's an MP7 gunner. So I think they either got shot by something coming up or flanked on the side. That's a shame. Launchers that go straight for 900 meters. Did you get shot by a missile? Oh my god. Sniped by an RPG at 900 meters. That's nuts. You got, well, I mean, you were getting crazy amounts of kills with that marksman rifle, but...
Ej, czy ta wieża jest czysta tam? Tam gdzie był ten snajper?
Trying to see who might have gotten the kill from over here. Or if you got killed from these guys up here, either way. Oh, they got some static 240s they're moving in, but they don't have magnified optics. Audrey has the that kill. David AF has 2 kills, so he might have gotten you and the other guy with that. 2 more kills, he could have had the AC-130, yeah, if only. All right, Blue Force Southern push has halted. Op4 desperately trying to push up. We only have 4 Blue 4 guys here, which means that one of them was taken out. Shui gets engaged by Poison, but he quickly runs over. Only to run into Duke providing rear security, and he goes down. Blue 4 trying their best to send forces in to be aggressive to get in these garrisons, but it's just not working out. You got some more Op4 elements getting closer to engage Overwatch elements directly. You got this APC coming up, though. Do they have AT? They do not, but I don't think that's an armed APC. So again, Op4 desperately trying to move reinforcements in. The IFV was sniped. Zixmy, I think you have to wait till it finishes and then you can review it back. Sorry to say. All right, more Op4 came around over here. They found these 2. Usagi gets knocked out. Black Shadow takes a few hits. His enemy have the high ground. It's not looking good here. Op4 sent these 3 down to go take them out. Funny enough, though, actually Blue 4 has 3 guys, but if they manage to get 2 kills, they will get the number advantage back in that sector. But you got now Zapador coming in. Op4 again doubling down on trying to control this area here. APC immediately pulling back, probably saw people around right here. The Obi-Wan strat, yeah, right? Or you can, I guess, look at the VOD itself and not the stream. Maybe that'll let you do it, who knows? I actually don't know that much about Twitch, because they keep changing their damn features, and I just finally got bored of trying to keep up. Got a lot of machine gunners now firing and trying to keep this position pinned. If only they had a guy named Zixmy with a sniper rifle to stop him. But it looks like they brought the 240 guns up just to suppress the shit out of them. They do have scopes, okay. So I was about to say, there's no reason that the static shouldn't have magnified optics if everyone else has magnified optics. Looks like the wounded guy, Usagi, got back up. But he is being pushed as Op4 moves in for the kill. Op4, Blue 4, meanwhile, dismounted from the Nadar transport here. Most of them staying inside as we only have 1 guy. Seedorf! The people you obsessed for in the last OFCRA versus BIA op, if I remember correctly. I couldn't remember who he was, but yeah, that brought the damn memory back. All right, so Op4 pulling away from that position. Funny enough, these guys have gas masks on. FNF is tomorrow. Every Friday. Op4 contending with these 2 Blue 4 down here. Zapador, how much infantry is in that? So that's 5 to join up on the fighting here. Blue 4 down to 2 as Op4 still up to 4 right there. We see another knockout. That possibly was Black Shadow getting knocked by a grenade. Usagi medicing in the open as he is taking hits, but Laser just can't line the shot up. Gets a hit right there. And I don't think he really understands where he's being engaged from. He's about to run right into Excella. And there's the kill. All right. We'll see a possible double tap on Black Shadow. And Excella's on 4 kills. Nice. So with that, I think Op4 are going to have great control over Abdera here. We do see a little bit of a problem forming on the northern side here, but it looks like smokes were deployed and they're pulling away. Blue 4 doesn't have any Overwatch capability. They're moving Longbow, which is their special forces team, over to this side. But do they have any of their marksman rifles still? They still have Major Khan with the marksman rifle. He probably looted Zixmy's Zixmy's body to get the ammo. But Zixmy, I mean, he was 7 kills, Major Khan still at 1, so it's a shame. Looking at the back line right here, you still have these two Blue 4 guys stalling the Op4 advance. Twig King's very far off. We also have another APC. No, this is the Rhino. So the Rhino has gone all the way around, and I guess it's being moved to the northern side to provide assistance, though it keeps running into buildings, so they might be a little drunk. Blue 4, meanwhile, trying to maneuver around. We actually see them close to the Weasel's position. The Weasel was sniped. So these guys are now in cover at this point. So both sides have lost their one of their two APCs. Op4's lost their special vehicle. Blue 4 special one is the Rhino. You've got the Merkava tank in position back here. But Blue 4 might be able to bounce back in the second half with superior armor support. However, you've seen that there's a lot of AT on both sides to really nullify that support. So it might not be enough. Got Kaiser that's pulled heavily back with their vehicle here. They're now firing back into Overwatch positions. Blue 4 is still coming around looking for Kaiser, which was up here earlier, but great pullback. They want to stay on Overwatch. Op4's got Zapador joining them, so Abdera is going to be pretty well held here. The other IFV for Op4 over here, only on a vehicle kill as it keeps trying to snipe people up on that Blue 4 garrison. But again, the really crazy thing is if Op4 sends this force to go take Galati, I think they could actually just win the Op right then and there. The question is, are they going to risk it for the biscuit? We see only one guy in that transport truck. I was kind of hoping to see an offensive there, but I think Op4 is going to be more than happy to keep defensive here. What I'm worried about, though, is look at all the mobile Blue 4 assets we see around the AO, and look at all of... I mean, the skull count on both sides is actually looking pretty even. I'm really just trying to find out where Op4 has a big chunk of their Overwatching force. Or I guess forces in reserve here, because when you look at it, it really does feel like there are more Blue 4 symbols down than Op4. But if Blue 4 keeps committing small groups into Abdera, that could whittle them down, but it really does feel like that Blue 4 still has a number advantage somehow. So we got the other Marshal up here on the northern side, suppressing this position. That might have been what destroyed the Weasel. I don't see them register with a vehicle kill, though, on the turret. So, again, that could have been AT. Weasel only needs a few AP rounds to go out, so... Still got all these guys maneuvering around. They're taking fire from this southern position right here. That leaves an opening for Roderick to come around, but he's on rear Overwatch. Blue 4 could pincer these two guys off, but they found their APC. I'm wondering if they could steal it and just drive off. Because does Blue 4 have any AT at this point? No, but how would Op4 know that? Where is the Op4 Kuma? I think it's up here, the tank. Again, they're just keeping all of their forces on Overwatch in reserve. The main fight being up in Abdera. I thought I just heard AT launch. But here's the thing, if Blue 4 is able to push forces over here and then retake Abdera, they could then use a majority of that infantry to push to Sirta, take the upload site, and then use that as Overwatch to engage that other position. And it's just a fighting of get your shot out and pull back before AT can get a lock on you. So I feel like Abdera right now is really just a stall play until these forces can come around and close the noose.
Alright, I used my internal and I forgot it's not fucking...
So I think Op4 tried to launch a round of AT on the APC. APC ducked back, though. And now it's just a wait game. We're only just passing the 30-minute mark, because you got to remember there's an 8-minute safe start time. So it's, again, looking to be Op4's game to lose, but there is a way Blue 4 can bounce back if they successfully pull all their forces and pull a pincer on Abdera and then take the upload site and then move back. But again, Op4 just needs to send this Overwatch team down to Galati, take the sector, and then rush up, take the upload site, and they'll win. But I feel like Op4 is being too cautious here in trying to play defense on holding these 2 sectors rather than going for it, which is a solid strategy, because I don't think Op4 has any reconnaissance data on Galati itself, because otherwise we'd see a force up here trying to figure out what's over there. And I think it's simply because they don't have the forces to spare, whereas Blue4, I mean, again, very panned out here. The reason they have the forces to spare is because they don't have a massive Overwatch element on Galati itself. They have everything coming around on the north. I thought I just heard monkey noises from someone for a second, probably someone that just got shot. So these guys checking their wounded and whatnot, but again, they're still taking casualties up on this ridge. I'm worried, though, that Blue4 is getting in a nice position to flank those Overwatch elements, and then the number advantage is going to quickly turn. You've got the APC coming up with 6 reinforcements. Funny enough, you have AT right there that could be looted, but... Oh, no. Wow. Great combo play right there. Grenades being thrown. Doing even more damage. I don't know why you drive right into a known enemy-controlled sector. I don't know why they didn't dismount back here, pop the smoke, and just rush in. That was a big mistake on Blue4's end. Massive miscommunication. And again, at least half of the infantry are dead. Now, wow. Alexa gets a double kill and is only knocked out. So a medic could still get up and save him. Cheeky play. Billy went to that corner. The guy breached in thinking he was still in, but he pushed around and managed to get that kill. Billy on his 2nd kill there, but again, a lot more Blue4 wiped in that fight. And that's the one thing I'm worried about. If Blue4 keeps trickling in forces into Abdera before they close the noose on the other side, I think they're not going to have enough manpower to successfully really push past. And this group right here is going to be able to do proper Overwatch. Meanwhile, Op4 have lost a guy, Blue4 have lost a guy. It's just Canary with these 3 Op4 guys on the northern side. We have another transport truck of 8 people possibly coming around. I'm going to be honest, I think it would be better if that transport truck tried to deploy somewhere back here and move in, but everything's really broken apart right here. They're not really moving as a single unit. You got some Op4 elements coming around the back line. I guess these are just additional reservist forces. That's Pogos. That's Op4 Command. Where's Blue4 Command?
Do a recon.
Yeah, all the way back there. So the commanders are staying out of the fight because they're actually worth points.
Okay, order, 2nd platoon. I need the tank into the south.
I'm a little worried, though, because now that Op4 doesn't have their Overwatch APCs, Blue4 might be able to retake control of this ridge and engage, even push down and assist on that town. So looking at everything going here, you got an APC launching out. Might move in to pick up a garrison, and they might now make a play to actually go into Galati. Because I think the only way, unless Blue4 just keeps trickling forces in to die, it's still leaning on Blue4 with the closing strategy we're seeing on this other side. They're just getting stalled by this garrison up here. Which, again, I have no idea where a big chunk of that infantry has gone, to be perfectly honest. So you've just got a big marksman fight going between the 2 ridges, but as Blue4 is realizing that Op4 doesn't have any more Overwatch right here, I think Blue4 is going to be able to regain control. Because they got multiple forces along this ridge, whereas Op4 is all congested in that one area. And you could see Texas Red. I love that reference. Come up and try to flank him on the rear here. I know, I'm horrible. That's just a script because I'm in a spectator slot. Our man Seedorf has left. I think he was one of the guys that died in that vehicle here. Lex is getting medical attention, could be brought back up. Looks like another OPFOR element was killed by Scenery here. And Twig is going to personally push that position. Question is, are they going to find each other? And it looks like the answer is going to be no. And then we have another transport all the way over here doing this massive flank. I think this is the start of OPFOR's strategy to take Galati. These guys are gonna, I don't know why they're all the way back here. I think they're overwatching the actual MSR of the map itself, but now they're gonna be ordered to push up to that ridge and overwatch to see if they could push in and take it. But that's gonna take them at least 5 minutes to get up into that sector. And again, Blue 4 could close the gap before that happens, because they're getting stalled by things up here. OPFOR actually committing to a counterattack on that hill, but with Blue 4 having that APC, that could be tough, but OPFOR might have the AT to do everything.
It, LCPL Heart.
Right, Marty, thanks for the 30-month resub. I hope you continue to enjoy everything, since we got a lot of fun stuff coming up, and I hope you are enjoying this scenario, buddy. Thank you. I mean, the real battle seems to be for Abdari here. It's just a question of can OPFOR hold it, since Blue 4 looks like they've got a lot of stuff they can now commit into the town, and OPFOR has kind of depleted everything. They still got 2 forces to push in, but considering things that are out here too, Blue 4 really have that number advantage. Excuse me. Lynx has the APC, will probably pick up Twig and move in on the rear, but we've got the Merkava being ordered back, possibly to snipe that vehicle. That would be the second time OPFOR Special Forces team gets sniped out of their Vic. That's funny. Still have a long-range Overwatch fight back here. I'm seeing some shooting over here, though. Opening up with AT. One is a miss. The other one hits. Minimal damage, though. That only wounds a few people. Great opening, though, by Blue 4 there.
Left tail, left tail, left tail.
Oh, fuck, I wasn't paying attention. Alright.
Behind the other one, behind the other one.
But people are still spotting the ridge up here. You got some Blue 4 still trickling around. Billy, the one man in the AO, on his 3rd kill, by the way. Running this little one-man tug-of-war here, though. He just gets spotted, and he's being engaged by multiple sides, and he's forced to pull back. Gmon might cut him off. Billy gets stuck in this one story. If a GL goes in here, he's screwed. If a grenade goes in there, he's screwed. Billy might be over for Billy. Billy. Oh! Tries to get the headshot on DJ, but instead gets headshotted. And now this sector is under complete OPFOR control for now. You see a lot of Blue 4, though, ready to mount a counteroffensive. Though OPFOR might be dedicating more forces in here. We've got... that's 3. That's in there are other APCs being sent over here. And they got a team of 7 coming around as well. That just might show they're doubling down on this position. AT fired. Wait a minute. No, don't run into it. Oh, no. Okay, it goes over.
That's fucking guided. Holy shit. Wait, what the fuck? That's a guided rocket.
That's the end law.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the Dragoon, to be honest. And they're returning fire with their own missiles. And it goes over. There's been a lot of missile sniping today. Zixme died from one, but everyone else I've been seeing use them haven't really been that accurate. You have to hit them with it, though. All right, Merkava continuing to go south, can pick up Snary. This vehicle successfully pulled back, though. 2 people versus 5 in the zone, though. With this truck coming up to reinforce, again, it's going right up here to Overwatch. Could provide support to those 2 special forces. But a 2v5, I mean, that would be a PLH clutch at that point, because that's the name of the community driving in there. And they've... Looking back at the statistics, they've made up for nearly 43% of the kills in the past few OFCRA ops. So they've been the people to watch. Meanwhile, you got the APC tracking back here. They just got a kill, possibly on that Duke position here. But look at this. You've got Op4 getting right on top of Blue 4's APC. Look at this flank play. They've got 3 PCML gunners that APC is going to be toast, and we're going to be tied in terms of APCs. There is no infantry security here. Actually, this is just a single... No, they're all in here. Oh my god. You are all mounted up. Go Team 6 now.
Love the content. Love
Grenade
the shenanigans.
might get...
Also, the
nope,
metric
only wounded.
rainbows are oozing in Arma. Hope you're well.
Mosh Pit, I'm glad to hear it, my man. I love it when my content helps people learn how to Zeus, because I think it is one of the best things you can do for everyone. Just because that is what keeps this, you know, the player base playing at that point. The mods set the baseline, but it's up to us to make the missions for everyone. Nonetheless, thanks for the 6-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations I provide, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. More flanking action being done. Steel trying to get a shot on this guy here. Meanwhile, this guy can't even see where he's getting hit from. Tries to run back behind the vehicle. End up getting a shot. Runs out of ammo. Grenade? Yeah, that's a smoke grenade. Oh, and then a headshot comes in on him. They're naked. I see. So Yellow Cab 1 wasn't moving because they had a lack of clothing. Right. I'm not going to question what men do in APCs, but, you know, why not? Anyway, looking on the map here, just a quick update. Still have that APC coming in. You still got the truck coming in. They're going to probably set up to try to get on Galati. Looks like from this angle, they're probably getting on Overwatch positions first. Blue 4 have a massive counterattack ready to spring on this town. Overwatch might stop this infantry force from coming in, but the noose is starting to close on Abdera here. APC just blew past this Blue 4 element right here. If they set up their AT in time, though, they could still snipe it, but they don't have any AT because they burned it all firing up on that position for Overwatch. What a shame there. These guys could also come and potentially pick up the Wilk position. As you're seeing, these guys still duking it out. The last Blue 4 guy, I think, just got a nice snipe on an Op 4 player. And he is the only one left. Another Blue 4 guy came up and was taken out. Both of them taken out by Op 4. 2D only credited for one. That's because he got to double cap the other one. All right. Makarov actually went past Snary and is going south now. I don't know what they're being defensive with those tanks for, but we'll just have to see how things go. Gets hot in the APC, you know? Yeah, of course. Airing out the APC. I'm sure you guys can come up with hundreds of excuses for it. But you got Op 4 now coming up. They're going to find Duke's position, which seems to be a 3-man overwatching element with some additional AT. They might be coming up to try to provide QRF for this position, but they got a force literally twice their size coming up on their position. Meanwhile, you have a transport back here. It's got a guy in the back. I think it might be an AI, but from a disconnect. But again, I'm really worried about Abdera here. We only have a handful of guys down. Looks like they've been building some fortifications in this town, though. But we got a few other guys in front. But again, they got a force about double their size pushing in, so I'm really worried. But maybe we can see this APC getting a good spot to Overwatch. Yeah, literally caught with their pants down. Good God. Overwatch seems to still be distracted by that one position up here, but you got Ash trying to move up as a one-man fighter here. You got another MP7 shooting from his rear. That would be Wombat. MP7 doesn't really do well at longer ranges. It's more of a, you know, a short-range submachine gun. Looks like this 6-man group was spotted by Blue 4. Immediately engaged, though. One down. Op 4 still have all 6 of their guys up, though. I don't know, all things considered, it's still too early to call who might win this one. Still got this one guy back here looking forward here, but more shots going out. The one wounded guy woke back up. He is playing dead as Duke tries to cover him, which is Damix. Duke is the name of their group. He's looking through their GL site right now, Checking his inventory. He might get sniped in the head for this one. He does not.
Żyjecie?
Looks like they're not pulling back with no one providing rear security. They got one guy up here just running for it. He's trying to serpentine the gunshots. Still got that big amount of infantry coming in, but ironically, these guys are now providing northern security and digging in instead of coming. It's just another Overwatch element instead of a force moving in to push in, whereas Op4's Overwatch is actually breaking down to head into the town. A little worried that means Blue 4 might come in piecemeal, and Op4 might actually have an opportunity to constantly sweep and clear these units here.
Pretty much, I think. You know?
You know, I don't see Alexa up, so I'm wondering if they died. They were last brought to this building. I do see an Op4 body right here, so that is quite the possibility. Was that a drum mag for an MP5? No, that's the rifle version of it. AT launched. It's doing something. It's snaking around. I love this thing. I love that thing so much. It's just a little derp. It's gonna eventually hit the ground back there. I'd laugh my ass off if it hit someone though. Little high there in its shot, but now Blue 4 is starting to breach Abdera. Numbers might get to the point where Op4 actually loses that count, but it looks like Osa has come in and successfully reinforced to really double down on holding Abdera here. Additional forces are around, but again, they're busy hunting down. Looks like this six-man team is now 5. They were able to kill 2 Blue 4, and Settler's still trying to pull back, raging his one-man army now with a marksman rifle. Meanwhile, it looks like the last Blue 4 guy was spotted, able to get a knockout, but he was then taken out. Meanwhile, you have an Op4 tank coming up to Jarvis, with Jarvis overwatching, but he sees, excuse me, okay, a Blue 4 tank coming up. It dismounted a guy. That is Jarvis looking around, trying to line up a shot on Mike, but we've already got a big Op4 Overwatch element up here. They are a 3-man team. It looks like the Namar has come up here and is overwatching. So this truck has instead gone to overwatch that position. So Op4 has no interest in taking Galati. They just want to hold 2 out of 3 sectors, and that might cost them in this final area right here. But this is a big chunk of Blue 4's remaining manpower, so if Op4 can somehow hold, that's all they're going to need. Grenades being thrown. Op4 having some pretty bad spacing right here. A few well-placed grenades could take them out. Meanwhile, on other angles of the town, though, Op4's got some great spacing in some of these buildings, though, but Blue 4 is starting to disseminate into this sector. That tank was on a -1 because it probably shot and killed an enemy using a friendly Vic, so Jarvis is probably going to move back to get to friendlies here. And we just have Blue 4 really trying to get in here and overwatch what they can. Little worried that the tank's out and about by now. It should be in a position to really help the advances going in. But it's so hard to say with what's going on. Oh, man. I don't know. We just had an explosion go off. Looks like Blue 4 is trying to take out buildings that Op4 might be in. Not a bad idea, but it's going to make defending this town a lot tougher. But now that forces are starting to get off of Overwatch, it's not that much of an issue.
Or they might flank around, actually, saying that.
We have friendlies on our, what do you call, west side.
Love how we have this 240 bunker just facing the south here.
That's close.
Ash is ascending. Alright, both command vehicles still on the rear lines. Op4 has managed to hunt down everyone right here, so they have to eventually remount and come in and reinforce. The question is, can Blue 4 wipe the remaining Op4 garrison before Op4 can send more forces in? Got the Wilt Garrison up here. However, you got Cuboid moving up, and then a few others following him. And the Op 4 tank still back here, just on a general Overwatch position.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, nimm deine Gun und Kali, halt einfach mal einen Schuss drauf.
Guess they're looking at that one Blue 4 position right there. Eventually, you have to see Op 4 fan some forces out, or vice versa, from the garrisons here. This is really just going to be dragged. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is it going to go red?
23.
Up, we're still on Overwatch. Very close. I know I added a server option today.
So enemies north and northeast and
So Op 4 have completely lost the garrisons up here. Now they're just confined to the southern part of the city. Blue 4 still has a lot of forces they could push in immediately, though. Tank's engine's now on. You got a PCML trying to line up a shot. I don't know. Uh-oh.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Whoop 25 months.
Alright, meanwhile, Blue 4 is assaulting this one position. Game Night has a P90. I mean, at close range, that's exactly what you want to work with. Larry, thanks for a 25-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend. Thanks for all the work you do moderating my channel. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Looks like Rigel came up, killed that other Op 4 member. Is Game Night going to jump him, or is Shay going to come around? Hearing some more AT firing. Oh, Scion gets a kill. Grenade lands short.
Contate destra, destra, non ce l'ho fatta. L'ho peccato però non è.
See them trying to come out and breach. It's impossible to tell right now with the yellow chaining going on who's about to win this firefight. Will it be Andre? Or will it be Scion? Oh! It's Andre! I think it's tied to people disconnecting, to be honest. I don't know, the server, it's still in a good spot to win this fight, though. The server could just kill everyone. Server's having a little bit of a yellow chain issue. Ah, yes, the shotgun maneuver. Game Night still laying low. Op 4, it looks like they're trying to now push forces out to do an assault on Galati, but it's too little too late right now because Blue 4 is about to retake control of Abdera. Op 4 having their final stand in this castle area, but again, we see the servers starting to struggle here. And again, I think it is tied to the people disconnecting, because it seems to be every time I see disconnect messages, that's when the spike happens. Game Night got a kill on somebody. He's looking for Cuboid. Cuboid looking for him. They run right into each other. Uh-oh. Who's gonna win this fight? I hear shots landing. Anyone's game. Cuboid runs around. Cuboid is... God, I love this. Grenade goes out. Rigel throws a grenade up. It goes high. Game Night running around. Oh, but Rigel gets a nice shot right on the torso. And Game Nighted stays down. Will there be a double tap? That is generally how lag works, though. Oh, Flappy, I'm sorry to say. All right, Blue 4, meanwhile, mounted up in this Vic with 5. Could come in to reinforce. Again, if Op 4 comes... Oh, my God, the tank is on Overwatch. But it's firing at the Overwatch position and not this position down here. Oh, we could see the Blue 4 tank coming around, but still, it's all the way in the back line doing God knows what. I'm glad to see the Leopard is now having a role in here, but I think just with the Special Forces team on Op 4 being on the rear line, that just made Blue 4 paranoid to have forces out. I think Rigel just double tap Game Night for his 2nd kill. And Blue 4 is going to be committing everything to take a beta. Or Abdia, whatever. But Op 4 now has the manpower to potentially take stuff in Galati. Again, either side will win if they take all 3 sectors, then interact with the upload site. I don't know, it's been really back and forth. Op 4 trying to now make a rush on Galati to take it so they can win by hitting the upload site. Blue 4 have a big chunk of their remaining manpower now trying to take Abdera. Server has made some really great plays here, causing some pretty nasty desync spikes that have caused a lot of action. That's been really favoring Blue 4 on their counteroffensive, though, but it hasn't crashed yet. Op 4, I believe, still has an APC and their tank alive, whereas Blue 4 have both the Rukat and their Merkava tank alive. So it's just Blue 4 aren't really committing their heavy assets to the fight. They seem to be just kind of out and about doing God knows what. And I'm going to be honest, I can't even find the Merkava, or the Merkava's right there. I don't know where the Rhino went. And I don't see it mounted up, so I think it was taken out. All right, Blue 4 trying to move in with a force here. Though Abdera is now Blue 4 controlled because they have the number advantage. So even if Op 4 takes Galati, it's not going to give them much. So with that and a big chunk of manpower right here, Blue 4 could push elements over actually to Sirda and do a counterattack there, knowing that Op 4 is committing a lot of their vehicle support over to Galati. Maybe take that from under their nose. There's still a final 2-point sector that is yet to be revealed yet. We're past the hour mark. So I'm willing to bet the final sector is probably at the upload site itself, and that's going to... When you think about it, how this could potentially cash out is, let's say Op 4 takes Galati because they have the vehicle support and everything. They've got their APC using its reverse drive so it doesn't flip over like that, but I digress. Op 4 takes Galati and holds Sirda. Blue 4 takes Abdera. Final sector ends up at the upload site. What this is going to mean is that Op 4 is going to have 6 points between the two zones. Blue 4 will have the 3 points, and then even if they go up to the upload site and get the remaining 2 points, it's not going to be enough for Blue 4 to still win. So you really just have to maintain control of 2 of the 3 sectors here. Meanwhile, we got Ash moving up as a Special Forces guy. Ironically, he has killed a friendly only so far. But maybe that'll change if he's got some grenades. Who has the numbers? I can't tell you, in all honesty. Gee, I wonder where he is. It's almost like that wire sticking up is going to give him away. Uh-oh. Ash somehow, yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. Anyway, still got a big chunk of Blue 4 moving around here, trying to disseminate in the town. But funny enough, Blue 4 has so many casualties that now Abdera is now under their control. So if Galati is taken, they can then hit the upload site and Op 4 can instantly win the game. But the server strikes back. Oh, it doesn't Red Chain though, but it's getting close. This desync's now going to work in Op4's favor on the attack here. And we just had, did Orbit just blow PHK away? Yeah. What? What are you doing? Sir. Sir, he's a friendly. I promise, he's a friendly. Why don't you double tap him for good measure? It's like, he's got a different helmet on than me. His flashlight's also on. Oh, he got up. Oh my god, he immediately returns fire. I mean, clearly he has to be a hostile, right? Clearly.
Anyone?
Oh god, now the actual bad guys have shown up. Parthius goes down. And there goes... He's not gonna be happy about that. Oh man, and Orbit's like, oh god, there's hostiles all around me. Op4 now has control of Galati. Final sector has been revealed. It's literally over here, but that's not worth it. Is someone gonna come in and interact with the terminal? Terminals are gone. Did Op4 do it? I can't tell if Op4... The terminals are gone now, so they might have... that might be it. Orbit holding his best here. Grenade. These guys duck out in the nick of time. 20 minutes remaining. Purple zone is the final zone. A hidden zone that will be... was going to be revealed at the end of the game. But I think Op4 just technically won because I don't see the terminals there anymore. They're not... They're leaving that site now. So I'm 90% sure Op4's won. Who's gonna step up first? Oh, Javier gets headshotted. Orbit gets a little over the top here, but Mr. MG3 pre-firing eventually gets the kill if you put enough lead down the damn range. What a Kyle thing to do. Anyway. Vlad looking around. Well, quite the breach happened here. I don't know how that Blue 4 guy ended up like that, but... Blue 4 still has this massive amount of infantry, I guess now moving to Abdera. In 8 minutes, though, the zones are going to be cashed in. Though with this massive group on Galati, I still think it's going to be 6 points to 3. And then Op4 might have control of the purple zone, but if they lose, it's going to be 6 to 5. Unless the commanders commit into the AO. Which, I don't think Blue 4 Command's going to do that, and I don't see Op4 Command doing it either. As he's back in Sirta. Again, you got Blue 4, the big chunk of manpower right here, but they're just not committing. They don't have the vehicle assets to do anything, because the vehicle assets all the way... Where is the Merkava? The Merkava's all the way down here. Anyway, he gets my award for most useless asset today. Close second would have been the... Oh, the server striking back! Could the server still underhand Red Chain? No, it does not. What the Merkava doing? I feel like that Blue 4 tank... Really simple way of how who won, right? You got the Op4 tank doing stuff. You got the Blue 4 tank not doing stuff. Maybe they're coming around to try to snipe the Op4 tank in the rear, but it's too little too late as Op4 have the AO advantage. But now Blue 4 sending a big chunk of forces in. But at the same time, 6 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not turning blue, so I think that means the terminal was done. So Op4 immediately gets all the points for the sites. So if that's the case, again, it is a blue, it's a Blue 4 loss and Op4 victory. And Op4 in the purple zone, a near perfect score since they haven't sniped the commander yet. But there's still a chance for the server to win, guys. There is still a chance. What were the numbers, by the way, between Blue 4, Op4, and server, if anyone can read them to me? I want to know if this is an upset for Op4 winning or if the server was the upset. All right, we got, yeah, at this point, I think the sectors are locked to Op4 because they got all of them. 27, 31 to 42. All right, so not a total upset, but definitely everyone wanted the server to win. But it ain't happening. I'll see this to the end, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be an Op4 victory. You got Snary moving up here. He's got no AT, though, so I'm not sure what he's going to do to that tank, but, you know, might surprise us. Wow, headshot there by the guy without a helmet. Helnariz gets the kill with his Pitbull Scar H. Got more Overwatch being done from this final sector here. Ironically enough, it's firing into friendlies. Because of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? How are you, hon? You can bring leftovers back. It's fine if you're still gonna go. Alright, have fun, boo. Okay. Sounds great. Love you, baby. OFCRA does one 90-minute game. FNF does 3 30-minute games. So I think they're changing the formula tomorrow. Yeah, Snary is still alive. He somehow made the tank pull away as the Merkava comes up. I have no idea what's going on here, but the Merkava might get some multi-kills here, but again, too little too late at this point. So we got Vlad the Chad. Oh man, he does a desync duck. Runs into the building. Giovanni comes in. Giovanni pre-firing, but he doesn't actually hit the target. Grenade goes out. They're shooting at Giovanni. They move out only to not take damage from that grenade. Vlad runs in and gets shot to shit. Okay, that all happened. Anyway, Blue 4 tank successfully found and destroyed an APC. All right, cool, awesome. Was that the armed? No, that was a transport one because the armed one's over here now. Yeah, Blue 4 have the number advantage, but the sector's not switching over, I think, because again, Op4 got the terminal. So Op4 would have 15, 16, 25 points. No. 22 points. Well, plus that, 24 points. My God. Well, Galati's fully secure. I don't see any time being utilized for these guys to move ahead. The Blue 4 tank seems to be trying to hunt Op4 vehicles here, but again, it's too little too late. The APC might have just gotten sniped by the tank. Nope, that was a random transport truck. The APC is right here just chilling. Gun seems to be disabled, though. Now it's just up to 3 elements in this town here just to hold out, I guess. But again, it's over.
Let's go 2 up there and push to the fucking pink objective. We have a couple of minutes.
So these guys are talking about just pushing to the final objective to at least get some points on the board. They have 13 minutes remaining. You just saw a knockout trade back here. As that man's head bobs up and down kind of awkwardly. Yotsu is going. We hear some rockets firing overhead. Hits the transport truck. They're trying to cook it off to blow the buildings up. Oh, it does! Knocking the building out and getting a multi-kill here. That is 2 deaths and 1 knockout. 3 deaths, actually. All 3 of those bodies are freshly ragdolling. Ooh, good use of strategy here. We see a return missile going out. It's ironically hitting their own as Yatsu's engine gets stalled right in front of an off-4 defensive line and he gets knocked out. What a defensive line. Another missile goes out to double tap, and again, that was... I think that was by the friendly garrison. Okay, cool. Anyway. Tank could still come up and do something. Maybe. Who knows? It's a Merkava sleepy gameplay, exactly. Got a guy knocked out in the transport truck up here. He's just, he's sleepy. You know, compared to other OFCRA missions, this isn't actually the worst TKing I've seen. I've only seen, like, I think 2 for 180, which isn't too bad. But in OFCRA, I've seen entire squads wipe each other. I heard AT, it falls very short though, as Black Horse is now trying to flank this machine gunner position. They're getting tunnel visioned here as Black Horse tries to hit him, but here comes an APC and here comes a tank. And you got the Blue 4 tank still. Coming over here, it's like, whatchamacallit? Oh, it's George R.R. Martin's dragons. They're on their way. They're coming. They'll eventually get here. With, you know, 10 minutes remaining on the damn clock. Ooh, we've got Depso. He's about to get mag dumped in the back. Depso somehow...
You motherfucker. I suck on my thick motherfucker, man. What the fuck? Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. I know that is very Depso, to be perfectly honest, but will Snary see some action? The answer is no. He does have a kill. He might have gotten somebody. I think that was on the 4-man Spec Op team, though, from way back when. Yeah, Blue 4 is just trickling up a few units back to the final Overwatch position. You got this tank, though, just doing tank things. So I think the tank killed the Rhino because it has the markup for the Rhino kill, and then it killed a transport Vic. Oh, there's no chance for Blue 4 because Op 4 already won when they hit the upload site because that was worth 15 points apparently. We're just watching the final groups of infantry engage each other. That garrison's probably going to stay put. This tank's coming up. Hold on. Are you gonna do something? You somehow have... I think he has negative kills because these are considered green 4 Vics. And I think the default mission file might have Blue 4 and Green 4 set to friendly with each other. So that's why he's getting negative kills on the roster. Oh, the server's causing a desync spike. We might see it bounce back. We might see a bounce back. Maybe. Is it just gonna drive up to the damn objective? You have AT. Hey guys. How's your healthcare? If only Op 4 had something to take that tank out. You know? If only. Ah, well, I'm sure Op 4 will figure it out. This man has taken so much, but he keeps rolling around. Oh, they just shot the unconscious guy in the truck and killed him. Oh my god. All of a sudden, the tank somehow starts getting multi-kills. And now it's shooting friendlies! No! No flippin' way! Are you kidding me?
Right.
I take back what I said earlier about the friendly fire being within acceptable levels. The tank started it, though. No. Okay, it went over. Into the tower. Are you gonna do a field repair?
15 seconds, 15 seconds. Just play loud, brother. I'll sing it again. God save our gracious King, long reign our noble King. God save the King. We're done the repair, boys. Come on, you bastards.
Time check, 5 minutes. I don't even know what to do here. The Brits are always late for the war. That's why they came in at the end, right? Blue 4 Command coming in. What have these guys done? They're just back at their transports. Taking fire from Nari! Denying these guys the ability to move, but yeah, that's gonna be it for them. Are you still target fixating on blue 4 elements? Kuma? That disables the main gun. Are you doing a smoke charge to the final AO? That's so cute. Being led by Black Horse. They're going for it. They've got a few minutes to do it. And oh my god, the tank has actually recognized hostiles over here. I think they just got a kill. Uh-oh. It goes over. Is that on the Kuma? The Kuma goes down! All right. Vanilla Leopard destroyed. Op 4 have an APC. I have no idea where it went, though. It went over here. To do what? I have no idea. So the only remaining vehicle is now the Blue 4 tank. DayZ today, not sure, because I'm going to be playing that new Starship Trooper game after this one. So there's going to be no POG, might not be any TMTM, depends how long Dante wants to go, but he's also hyped for a new Demonologist update, so might do that too. Anyway, Blue 4 continuing to bulldoze enemy Vix. Hey Void, how you doing? As they're spearheading for a Blue 4 assault in the final position. And there's not really any AT here to stop them. It's like Op4 mapping Blue 4's advance right here. Drago's trying to get into a spot to provide marksman support. Now you got the tank trying to fire up here. Blue 4 charging up. It's Godfather. They've deployed Lolo, who's the commander.
I kill two. Team
No one can really answer why Op4 or Blue 4 Command is pushing this position, but I mean they're scoring kills. So if he dies, Op4 gets a perfect score. Though the tank's right on top of this position, but oh damn, he gets marksman rifled. Literally like 10 seconds remaining. Is the tank gonna leave the sector in the last 10 seconds? Why? Why did you literally leave at the last second? Yep. 26 points to 0. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go hit up Dante and give my ass a break. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and we'll be back soon for some of that Starship Trooper stuff. Pay it out to Op4. I'm gonna go bash my head against the wall.